Hello everyone! Welcome to the second part of our Santorini vlog, where we are staying in Ia, the most beautiful city with blue domes. Today we will explore the charming narrow streets of Ia, show you the world-famous sunset and the crowds that you can expect there, visit Ammoudi Bay, which is the best place for seafood lovers, and in the same time the place where you can have a meal with the most amazing view. And at the end we will explore a small but charming town of Pyrgos and show you even more places with delicious Greek food. Please don't forget to subscribe and watch the first part of our Santorini vlog from Fira, where we will take you on a catamaran sunset cruise, show you where to find the donkeys, talk a little bit more about the prices on the island, and show you our favorite restaurant in Santorini.
Compared to Fira, Ia is more romantic and elegant, and it is also the #1 destination in Santorini. It has a long marble promenade, which unfortunately gets quite crowded when all tourists from the town, nearby villages, as well as cruise ships gather in the most picturesque place to see the sunset. Even though Fira is a much bigger town than Ia, you won't really notice that while exploring the narrow streets, small shops and admiring the views, so you can definitely plan the same amount of time for exploring both of these cities. Ia is most known for its blue domes, but also for the famous sunset in the vicinity of the castle ruins. However, be aware that you have to go there much earlier, because hundreds of other tourists come to watch the sunset every day and it's very crowded. Seeing the crowds, we couldn't understand this phenomenon for a long time, but once we decided to go, and indeed, it was definitely one of the most beautiful views in our lives.
If you want to avoid crowds, we recommend watching sunset from a restaurant or a wine bar. The one we had a chance to visit was called Lotza and it was located right on the cliff. It is worth coming here for a sunset, a glass of wine and a simple Greek appetizer. We have tried fried feta cheese with honey and it was delicious. We have also tried the main courses, but they didn't impress. After all, it's a nice restaurant for the evening, mostly to spend a good time and have an amazing view of the cliff. We will link it down below.
Feeling so small, watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight
In Ia we stayed at the newly opened hotel called Elitoz Suites, which wasn't located on the popular cliff, but in all other aspects was great. The rooms were spacious, each had a small terrace and own jacuzzi plus a large swimming pool. There was also no need to go anywhere for breakfast, because every morning the staff brought it to your terrace. In addition, we were only a few minutes walk away from the beautiful views of the sea and the town center. We paid 760 euros for 4 nights at the Elitoz Suites, booking it a month before we left. Unfortunately, we noticed that the prices are not as favorable as they were when it opened, and when booking for the next year the night starts at 250 euros, but we will link it down below.
Staying in Ia, you have to visit Ammoudi Bay, which is a port at the bottom of the cliff. It is completely different than the port of Fira, which is very peaceful and quiet. In Ammoudi Bay you can find some nice seaside restaurants with picturesque views of the turquoise sea that are bustling even late in the evening.
I wanna drive a faster car, lay my troubles to rest, blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes.
We have decided to stop at Sunset Ammoudi, which is a must-visit restaurant for all the fish and seafood lovers. We have to admit it was the meal with the most charming view. Our table was right on the bay and we were only a few centimeters away from clear and blue water. Food was very good, but it was also our most expensive dinner in Santorini. We've paid over 60 euros for the fish only. Prices were on average 20 to 25% higher than at the top of the cliff in the city center, but it's still worth coming here for amazingly fresh fish and seafood.
After the meal you can go for a 10-minute walk, passing restaurants and walking along the cliff, which ends with a path down the rocks to the blue water. Lots of people come here to sunbathe and swim because the water is quite shallow. After all, this is very little space in this charming corner, so be prepared for crowds.
I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks.
While in Santorini, we definitely recommend to visit Pyrgos, which is quite an underrated town, probably because it's not located by the sea. After all, it's very charming and worth a visit, especially if it's on the way to other attractions or beaches that you are planning to see. In Pyrgos we've also found a restaurant with amazing local food. It's called Brusco Wine Coffee Deli, and right after Pareja Tavern from Thera, it was our second best food experience in Santorini. However, it's not a typical restaurant. Here you will only find local appetizers and wine. We ordered a delicious plate of mixed Greek appetizers, the best tzatziki of our lives, and fried Greek cheese. Everything was super delicious.
Is it worth visiting beaches while in Santorini? In our opinion, this is not the main attraction on the island. If someone has planned a few days stay on the island, of course. However, when we have up to 2 or 3 days planned here, it is definitely worthwhile to see Thera and Iya, Ammoudi Bay, plan a cruise, take a trip to the wine cellar and enjoy local Greek food. We went to the beach in Perissa, but it is definitely not a must-see attraction in Santorini. In Europe, you will definitely find much nicer beaches than those on the island. We hope you liked this part of Santorini vlogs. If so, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe, as new vlogs from Greece and Canary Islands are coming soon.